Have you read Romans 13? In this chapter, Paul speaks of our relationship with authority and then moves the discussion to focus on our relationships with others, or as Jesus put it, our neighbor. Romans chapter 13, beginning in verse 8. Owe nothing to anyone except to love one another. For he who loves his neighbor has fulfilled the law. For this, you shall not commit adultery. You shall not murder. You shall not steal. You shall not covet. And if there is any other commandment, it is summed up in this saying, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. Who we are shows in what we do, in our attitudes toward one another. No one seemed to like the Roman authority. The Jews were looking for a Messiah to deliver them from the Roman authority. Yet, Paul instructed them otherwise. God would take care of the Romans according to his plan. Loving your neighbor can be easy if we get to pick and choose. But that's not the way Jesus framed it back in Luke chapter 10. Jesus chose to answer the question, who is my neighbor, with offering up a story about a despised Samaritan. Often we view the commands as check boxes of what not to do. I didn't commit adultery, check. I haven't committed murder, check. I'm not in jail for stealing, check. And at this moment, I am not coveting, check. You might even be tempted to add the two he left off that deal with our earthly relationships and check the honor your parents box and check the do not lie box. As Paul mirrors the teaching of Jesus, it is not about avoiding as much as it is acting out in love for those we encounter. How are we doing on loving our neighbor? Keep reading, encourage others to read, and expect to find more gems to help us live like Jesus. Thank you.